Happy Monday. It is Monday, June 15th, 2026, and it is time for your Monday market update. I am Andrew Smart, and let's just jump right into this thing. I'm going to give you guys exactly what you're looking for. Let's take a look at our McHenry County numbers for the last 7 days. Over the last week, we saw 186 new listings, 164 go under contract, 75 price changes, 118 closed, 1 expired, and 61 hit that private net. Now, something we touched on last week was 5 out of the last 6 weeks we saw positive growth in terms of new listings in comparison to under contract, which simply means our inventory is continuing to grow. With an addition of this, that means 6 out of the last 7 weeks we've seen continued growth in our inventory. And now I know to piggyback on top of that, we talked about our home builders last week and how we need home builders to continue to build to keep up with this pace. And just recently this morning, CNBC released an article in terms of home builder sentiment and what things have been looking like in our data for the last month. And what home builder sentiment means is how motivated and how optimistic are home builders with our current real estate market. Now, think of it as a gauge from 0 to 100%. Anything over 50, they're positive. Things are looking good, they're optimistic. Anything under 50%, they're pessimistic, they're negative, things aren't looking too good. Now, we just heard that this is the 15th month in a row that they're under 40. So that's not good. They're negative. They're pessimistic. Now, this is not me telling you guys, holy shit, the real estate market's about to flip upside down. Things are not looking good at all. That's not what I'm saying. But in terms of home builders and their motivation and their optimism, now, according to the builder's chief economist, it's number one because things are very costly right now. Think about obviously all the conflicts in the world and how expensive materials have gotten over the last couple of years. That is a big part of this. And on top of that, number two being insufficient regulatory policies within the US. Now, obviously, like I just harped on, with the things going on all over the world, policies and this and that and this and that, it is just very hard for them to keep up and get everyone in line. About a year and a half ago, when Miranda and I met with a builder here in Crystal Lake, the one thing he said that I remember very vividly is that he said the one thing he would never do is continue to build and develop homes in Illinois. The reason being, it is so hard to get things done. Getting permits pulled from the village, from the city, from the state, it is just such a pain to get everyone in line and on the same page. So like I said, it is not all doom and gloom, but it's to give you guys a little bit of perspective on why home builders aren't super incentivized right now to continue to keep pumping out homes as fast as humanly possible. Now, on another note, interest rates, I mean, they're staying the same. It's been relatively no movement for the last couple months. We're sitting at around 6.5, and we're really seeing that it's not having too much impact on our real estate market, and it really isn't, pushing anyone or pulling anyone away at this point. Everyone has really just gotten. Now, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but the market is still on fire. I mean, completely. Things are flying off the shelves. I mean, they're just churning and burning at all price points too, low and high. I mean, this past weekend I was out with one of our buyers. We were looking at a very, very high price point. It was actually over double the average in our current market. And on that property, they already had an offer in the first 2 days. That just goes to show you guys, if things are priced appropriately for where they're at in the market, they're going to sell and they're going to fly off the shelves. Now, that's not me telling you guys they were priced ridiculously low. They were priced aggressively at a price point that stimulated movement in the market, and that's what's most important right now. So that is all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We would love to chat.